Hey everybody, CW here, Card Wolf, because I'm always on the hunt for great cards, and today it is Friday. You know what that means? It is time. What is it time for?
Dorking with dice.
That's right. I am joined once again by the pack opening machine. My son is here to help me out with Dorking with dice today. We do it every Friday here on the channel and have a great time doing it. For those of you who have never seen it before, we roll this big pink D20, and it corresponds to the 20 packs inside of the magic box here. This week it's 20 vintage baseball packs, and we'll be doing vintage baseball throughout the summer. You can look forward to that. Got some great packs in here, including some very special packs in the 1, 10, and 20 spots. I'm going to show those to you in just a moment. First, I want to share with you, if you've been watching the program for a while, you know that during hockey season, I had some awesome 1981-1982 Topps hockey packs in the #1 spot, and I kept adding packs to it to try and tempt fate, and it never rolled. We never rolled a 1 the whole season, and so I gave those 3 packs away. And 2 of the winners of those packs have received their packs and opened them. Big Al Cards opened his pack, which was for his brother Rob. Rob does not have a channel, but he asked Big Al to open his pack on his channel, and Al posted that this morning. I'm not going to spoil anything or give anything away, but Big Cards. That's all I'm going to say. You do not want to miss it. I'm going to put a link to Big Al Cards in the descriptive box below. I encourage you to go over and check out that video. You will definitely not be disappointed. Al does a great job building the suspense, and the pulls are pretty darn awesome. You will not want to miss that. Big Al Cards has a great channel too. I know I've shouted it out many times here before, but I will do it again. Al is a wonderful person, and he is a great lover of the hobby. He opens all kinds of stuff and is a really fun guy. He's just got a great channel. Head on over there. You don't want to miss what gets pulled out of that hockey pack, and you should just subscribe to Big Al Cards anyway, because it's such a just enjoyable channel. It's really a lot of fun, and Al's a great guy. One of the other packs was also opened. Jeremy R. opened that pack, and though he doesn't have a channel, he took a picture of his best pulls, and I want to share that with you. Here I've got it on the tablet, and down there, right bottom center, you see that he pulled a Gretzky out of his 81-82 Topps pack. Check that out. Pack fresh Wayne Gretzky. That is awesome. All the other cards are from some bonus packs I sent him. I always send some bonus packs along. I sent some to Rob as well, and you'll see Big Al open those, and he pulled some great stuff out of those too. And you can see that Jeremy pulled some very nice stuff out of here. So that Gretzky, though, that is the awesome pull that he got. There's one more pack out there, and it is going out to Canada. It's en route already. Usually it takes, if I send an envelope to Canada, everything's yellow. Sorry about that. Let's get the color correction back here. Does that fix it? I don't know if that fixes it or not. Kind of yellow, yeah. Let's see if it'll focus on this big pink D20, and that'll fix things. Still didn't focus on that. I don't know. I need something blue. That's what usually does it. Here, I'll focus on this Dale Murphy card, and maybe that'll fix it. See if it'll get that and adjust the color for us there. That's much better. Very good. So now everything's out of focus. This camera is really wonky today. Better. There we go. All right. Anyway, there is one more of those packs out there that we have not heard from yet, but that's on its way to Canada. Usually it takes a few weeks to get from here in the U.S. to Canadian addresses. If it's a package, 3 to 4 weeks, so maybe another week or two before we hear back about that pack. But so far, big hits out of those packs. Again, check out Big Al Cards, and you'll see what I'm talking about with that pack. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to roll for some packs here?
Yeah.
I think we are. All right, you want to be the roller? Sounds great. What's our first pack today? Whoa, off the table there. You want to try rolling again? One more? There we go. That was a little better. All right, what do we have there? We've got 16. All right, well, I got to show them what number 1, 10, and 20 are. I forgot to do that. Number 1 is a 1985 Topps pack. Kirby Puckett rookie can be pulled out of there, as well as a Roger Clemens rookie. Big pack that I have not opened very often on the channel, so I'm pretty happy to get that in there. This is a pretty unusual pack, and they're getting pretty hard to find, quite honestly. It's 1995 Bowman, and as it says, it's the home of the rookie card, and that's just what we're looking for in here. A gold foil prospect card of brand new Hall of Famer Scott Rowland. So what we're looking for out of that pack. That would be awesome. That is in our 10 spot. And back here in our number 20 spot is 1981 Donruss. Very good pack. Lots of great stuff in there. Tim Raines rookie, second-year cards of, who was a rookie in 1980? Ricky Henderson was the rookie in 1980, so second-year cards of Ricky Henderson. Lots of Hall of Famers in there, and you rolled a 16, so I know this is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think I put that in the wrong spot. I think I put that one back. It's got to be there. Because I know this is 17. I got a nice rack pack in there at 17. So 16 is right before that, and it is Studio 1991. You want to open that up for me? I believe it has a puzzle piece card in there, which I know you enjoy very much.
I can still open things even though I have this.
That's right. The pack opening machine had a mishap on the trail yesterday, and he toughed it out, though. He's doing really well with his injury, and it's all going to be better. It's not a broken anything. It's sort of a pretty bad scrape from a little bit of a fall, but it's healing well. And we got it protected with a big bandage. All right, so there's your puzzle card. It is Diamond King, which is true, and that is supposed to be part of a Rod Carew puzzle. Put that over there, because I know you like to put those together sometimes. All right, so what do we have here? Studio packs are always a lot of fun. Greg Swindell starts us off. This is, again, 1991 Donruss Studio. Let's get this in focus for you. There we go, Greg Swindell starting us off there, and he looks pretty happy. And let's see what he can tell us about. His hobbies include golf, and he likes country western music. He watches Jeopardy, Coach, which is a show I'd completely forgotten about, Craig T. Nelson, and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. We got Dave Righetti, good pitcher who eventually became a pitching coach, actually. Let's see what kind of things he likes. Golf. First, I thought it said golf and dating, but it's golf and drafting, which I assume... it's engineering. I didn't know Dave Righetti was into engineering, but apparently so. Bobby Thigpen looking very serious there. And Bip Roberts looking delighted. Look how happy Bip Roberts is. That was pretty awesome. Let's see what Bip likes to do in his spare time. His hobbies and interests include animals. Well, that's pretty neat. He likes rhythm and blues, and his favorite TV show is Cheers, a very popular choice among baseball players from that era. Juan Samuel, nice to see that. Watching movies is his favorite hobby, and he follows the Lakers. Pretty cool. Kevin Mitchell looking very serious. That's actually a pretty good pose for Kevin Mitchell there. I have to set that aside maybe for Goody G. He's a big Giants collector, and I bet he doesn't have that one. Kevin Mitchell likes swimming and shopping. Well, that's not something you see a lot of.
Shopping?
I know. It's not about shopping. I don't think of that as a hobby, really, but I guess some people do. His favorite TV shows were The Simpsons and In Living Color. There's the big cat, Andre Scalaraga. That was his nickname, the big cat. I don't know why he got that nickname. He didn't even play for, like, the Tigers or something, a cat team. He played for Montreal, which was called the Expos.
He probably wasn't. He probably didn't look like a giant cat either.
I don't think he does. Do you think he does?
No.
No, I don't think so either. I'm not sure what that's about. His heroes were Roberto Clemente and Reggie Jackson. That's a pretty good couple of heroes there. John Olerud, man, we've been pulling his cards like crazy, and they're going out to Jay's Mix because he's a big Olerud fan. Let's find out about Johnny. His hobbies are golf, and he likes all kinds of music. He watches Cheers and Sports Center. And his heroes were George Brett, Don Mattingly, and his dad. We got Greg Jeffries there, and David Justice. Pretty nice one there as well. Let's see what David Justice can tell us about himself. He likes movies, basketball, playing ping pong, and pool. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's kind of unusual. And he follows the Bengals, the Raiders, and UNLV. So there you go. All right, no big Hall of Famers or pools that I'm too excited about that. Maybe we can roll one of our big packs. What do you think? All right, we got 11 is what we rolled out of that one. Number 11 is really easy to find. It's right behind 10, and it is the inaugural year of Bowman, 1989 Bowman. I don't think we've opened this for a while on the channel. I know I've opened it before, but it has definitely been a while, and these are oversized cards. And
can't believe this stayed in one piece.
I know, that is kind of unusual. Usually the gum gets broken up. Are you going to dispose of that for me?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Start off with a Mickey Mantle reprint card there. That is pretty sweet. Check that out. That is pretty awesome. Might have to give that one to you. Mickey Mantle was one of the greatest players of all time. Pretty cool card there. And then we get into these. Now, this is one of these products where I can try to guess who the player is because it doesn't have their name on the card on the front. So I'm going to have to try and guess. And honestly, I don't recognize that guy. Who is that? That's Kevin Kaufman, who is a player I don't even remember. And who is this? This is... I can't remember that one either. I don't get it. Milt Thompson. All right, well, there we go. That's Chris Sabo. I recognize him even without his glasses. Chris Sabo always wore these goggles when he played, but there he has them off, and he is squinting appropriately. Is that Bob Brenly? I believe it is the smiling face of Bob Brenly. It is indeed. And there we got, I don't know who that is. Who is that? Tim Jones and Greg Swindell. I certainly recognize him, and that is who that is. We'll flip this over, and we see Rance Mulliniks preparing to swing. And we got David Cohn, a good pitcher for the Mets for many years, and Mark McGwire. That's a pretty good one, actually. Don't see that one too often. That's a good card. And Spike Owen there with the Expos. And we got, is that Juan Augusto? Who is that? Yeah, it is Juan Augusto. All right, very good. And Brian Holman, I believe. Brian Holman there with the Expos. So I didn't do too bad on that. Mantle was certainly the best hit out of that pack. I'll leave that on top. You want to roll us another pack? You got the 20.
Nice.
Yes, good job. All right, I'm going to take it out of its little holder here, its little seal here, and then I'm going to let you open it. This pack is from 1981. That's over 40 years ago.
I wasn't even alive then.
I know, you weren't. I know, I was. I'd been alive for quite a while by then, but nonetheless, it is a very, very old pack, and I'm going to let you open this one. 1981 Donruss, as I mentioned, has a rookie card of Tim Raines, also has Fernando Valenzuela rookie, and second-year cards of Ricky Henderson, and early cards of Ozzie Smith as well. So let's see what we get out of here. Pack opening machine going at it. Is there gum in there?
Yes.
It doesn't look very good.
Yeah.
You're going to toss that away for me?
It's probably way too crunchy, and the flavor doesn't look right either.
No, I don't think it would be very flavorful at all. I think it would probably taste like tile or chalk or something.
Yeah.
It would not be good. We got Dwight Evans starting this pack off. Dewey Evans, very good player for the Red Sox for many years. Went and played for the Orioles for a couple of years, too, towards the end of his career. Glenn Hubbard, the second baseman for the Braves. And then we got Dickie Knowles and Broderick Perkins, who sounds like he should be up on his estate across the moors, Sir Broderick Perkins. We got Rance Mulliniks again. That's two Rance Mulliniks. There he is with the Royals. The other card we saw, he was with the Blue Jays, so I don't know about that. We got Ivan de Jesus. I believe that is an error card. There were several error cards in this set, and I think that one is one of them, though I don't remember exactly what the error is. I'll have to check that out. It's my prerogative to tell you that is Bobby Brown right there. Mike Davis. And behind him, Greg Moon Minton. Jimmy Cott, Hall of Famer there. I'll put him on top. Why not? We got Larry Bittner with the double I spelling of his last name. Danny Goodwin. I think that might also be an error card. I seem to remember there was something off about that card. I don't remember what. It looks like there's a horse on the roof of the dugout there. Do you see that?
Yeah.
What's that? That's very strange. Or is that a camel?
Not sure.
I'm not sure either. It's some sort of animal.
There's also something on the end of his bat.
There is. I think it's his number. He's number 25, and I think that signifies that that bat belongs to him. But that's a really good pickup. Sharp eye. Steve McCaddy looking as though he has indigestion. Perhaps the hot dogs at the stadium didn't agree with Steve McCaddy. I'm not sure. We got John Tudor there. That's a really weird picture. It looks very blurry. Are you seeing that? It looks kind of a strange picture there. Behind Johnny, the blurry Johnny Tudor, Dave Bristol, the manager of the Giants, Dave Bristol, and Dale Murphy. That's a nice one. I know you guys like Dale Murphy a lot, and that card certainly would TTM
That one's
pretty well.
5.
And yes, that was his number 5. And Doug Corbett, who's looking askance at something that has just run across the field. I won't say what it is. Jim Essien, the longtime catcher for the White Sox there, but he's in the Oakland A's uniform. Maybe that was some sort of an error as well. I'm going to have to check out some of these. There were a lot of errors in this set. It was the first time that Donruss ever did cards. So, it's understandable why you would get those kinds of strange errors and whatnot there. So I'm going to have to investigate that and see how many errors we pulled out of that. No big stars. I think Dale Murphy was probably our biggest star, the Hall of Famer Jimmy Cott there. So far, I want to point out over here, I don't think you can see it because of the way I have the camera, but I'm going to point out over here, there's a little Wolfie. Is there anything in the Wolf lair?
Not yet.
There isn't. There isn't a single card in the Wolf lair. What is that about? All right, you got to roll us a good pack. What'd you get this time? 15 is what you got this time. All right, very good. Here is 10. Did we just roll 11 on the last one, I believe?
Yeah.
All right, so that's 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 is an Upper Deck pack. It's 1991 Upper Deck. And while this is a fairly common pack, you do have a chance at finding an autographed Nolan Ryan card, which would be a gigantic, huge, enormous pull. I don't remember how many cards he signed. What does it say here? He signed 2,500 cards, so you never know. There's a chance. You want to get into that pack opening machine and see how we do with this 1991 Upper Deck pack. And these are thick foil packs appropriate for baking potatoes. Perhaps we'll do that later. What do you think of that? Do you think those would be tasty potatoes?
Yuck.
You're probably right. Storm Davis doing some stretching there, or he's grabbing his lower leg. I don't know. Maybe he got a hit in the shins there. I'm not sure, but there's Storm Davis. We got, oh yeah, these are Upper Decks. They're going to be all kinds of backwards and upside down. Kyle Abbott prospect card there, and he looks delighted. He looks the way that everybody should look when they get their photograph taken for a baseball card. That's how I feel about that. Kyle Abbott, always nice to see his smiling face. Here we have a nameless Red Sox. Who do you think that is? I think it might be Dwight Evans, who we started out the last pack with. Dwight Evans? No, it's Mike Greenwell. Mike Greenwell, who was quite a prospect for them for a while. Backwards card of Mike Sims, and then we have this cool foily card of the Braves logo. Can add that over there. Think of that. All right. So then we got pretty interesting, huh? So we got Jose Lind here. Nice in-action shot of the Pirates' second baseman, Sammy Sosa. There you go. I don't know if that's a rookie or not. That is an early Sosa. I don't think it is a rookie, though. Nice Sammy Sosa card. Glenn Davis, another nice card there. Ricky Jordan, the slugger for the Phillies. Put those over there. And flip, we got Jay Bell from Milwaukee. Or no, that's from Pittsburgh. And then there's Ken Griffey Sr. with Ken Griffey Jr. For those of you who haven't seen this card before and can't see it now, because it is out of focus. Why can't we get this card in focus? There it is. All right. So there's Ken Griffey Sr. there, and there's Ken Griffey Jr. right next to him. That's a pretty cool card for a Ken Griffey Jr. collector. It's probably the only card we've pulled today that I will put in the Wolf lair, honestly. What do we have here? We got a couple of Tigers, Dave Bergman and the Hall of Famer Jack Morris, looking very serious right there. We have here, we got Chuck Krim from Milwaukee, Ron Hassey, the longtime MLB catcher, and Carl Rhodes telling the umpire, nope, I'm not ready. You can't do that anymore, Carl Rhodes. They got pitch clocks and all kinds of other stuff that keeps the batters from doing that. We're going to roll one more pack. What do you think? All right, what is it? It is 16, which I believe we have already rolled. So give that another roll and see how we do. Almost had the one there. Oh, we got 17. That's pretty good. That's the rack pack. That's a huge pack. Have you ever opened a rack pack before?
No.
All right, let's do it. Let's get this out of here. This is our last pack of the day, and it is a 1990 rack pack, which means we can be looking for the no-name Frank Thomas rookie card. That is a huge, huge card, and it is one that I am very excited to be searching for. Awesome 1990 rack pack. Let's open this up. Do you know how to open these?
I'll give it a try.
All right, usually you pull that up and kind of peel it back. See if you can do it that way. You got to be careful the cards don't fall out of the cells, though, because they're not in there as... Okay, you pulled it from the front. That's kind of an interesting technique. I've never seen that before. All right, and that reveals Julio Franco as our insert card. So put that stack there, and I'll let you go to town on the rest of this and see if you can get those other cards out, and I'll start going through this. Julio Franco, that is our insert card from 1990 Topps. Looking for the Frank Thomas rookie. We got Hall of Famer George Brett. That is a pretty sweet card. Put that over in the Wolf lair. Why not? Pat Sheridan follows him with Lee Smith, another Hall of Famer. Lee Smith, great relief pitcher. There with the Red Sox. Of course, he came up, I believe, with the Cubs. Damaso Garcia, good infielder. Brian Downing, catcher for the Angels. Mike Scott and Mike Aldretti, 2 Mikes in a row. Lonnie Smith and Mark Grace. We got Tom Foley running down the base paths, and there is Randy Johnson. Very nice card there of the Hall of Famer. That's a fairly early card of him. Brian Fisher, Neil Heaton, 2 Pirates pitchers back-to-back, and then Barry Bonds. Another nice card there. I don't collect Barry Bonds, but we got our first Orioles card of the day, Brian Holton. So there is all of that. Nice Barry Bonds card. So we got our other 3 cells that my son opened for us. So we're going to see what's in there. Carmelo Martinez is the top card in the middle cell from this rack pack. Jose Uribe from the Giants, and Jim Clancy just hanging around the batting cage with his hand on his hip. He looks pretty sassy, that Jim Clancy. We got Tom O'Malley. Barry Jones, who looks kind of puzzled. So what are you guys taking my picture for exactly? George Canal, who I do not remember at all. George Canal is somebody who I have absolutely no knowledge of, and is further evidence that I've slipped into yet another alternate reality where he was some sort of star player for the Brewers back in 1990. Dave Clark, who had some great hits back in the 60s. I believe Bits and Pieces was a big hit for the Dave Clark 5 back then. Scott Sanderson, and we got Mark Davidson taking his swings for the Astros. Scott Lusader and Juan Bell there with the Orioles. Steve Searcy pitching for the Tigers. Carlos Quintana, turn back the clock card of the great Sandy Koufax from 1965. I'm trying to remember, I think that was the year he set the strikeout record. See if that, wow, this is very fine print, and I absolutely cannot read that, so we'll have to look that one up later. And Tim Leary finishes out that cell. We got one last stack of cards from the last pack part of that rack pack. Hopefully we'll find that Frank Thomas rookie in here, and hopefully it will be a no name. We'll check that out right now. Lloyd McClendon, Steve Jeltz from the Phillies, and Brian Clutterbuck. Be sure to pronounce his name correctly. That's Brian Clutterbuck. Don't get confused. Walt Terrell there with the Yankees. And John Cangelosi, another rather challenging last name. Bob Dernier from the Phillies. He was quite the prospect for a while, but never really quite turned out. The hard-hitting Ron Gant, really good player for the Braves. Really could hit the ball, had a lot of home runs. Darren Dalton from the Phillies. Jay Buhner, a longtime close friend of Ken Griffey Jr., actually. Those two were quite the pranksters back in their Mariners days. Kevin Brown. Frank Robinson, there's a nice Hall of Famer there. Frank Robinson, of course, the manager for the Orioles for a little while. And we've got Edgar Martinez. That's another nice card there with the Mariners. Mark Williamson. And behind him, we got Paul Kilgus. Our last card is Bob Walk. So no Frank Thomas rookie out of there, but we did at least put a few cards in the Wolfler as a result of that giant rack pack. We got George Brett and Randy Johnson. We got that nice Ken Griffey Sr. card that also features Ken Griffey Jr. on it. So pretty cool card there. Just a few cards in the Wolfler today, but not too bad. What'd you think of that?
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good. It looked like we were going to get some good stuff there for a while, but I don't know. Maybe next week we'll do a little bit better. What do you think?
Yeah.
You want to come back and roll the die for next week, too? All right. We'll wait until next Friday. We won't jump ahead. Fair enough. All right. Thank you so much for coming by the channel for Dorking with Dice today. I hope you had a good time. Hope you've got some great weekend plans. We have some good weekend plans here. We're going to a birthday party tomorrow.
Yep.
And then we're going to get ice cream after that, I believe.
I think so.
I think so, yeah. And then we're seeing the grandparents on Sunday.
Wait, this is a sticker.
Is it a sticker? Oh, yes, it is a sticker. We'll have to think very carefully about where you want to stick that. And I don't think I'd want to stick that on your shirt. It has a decal, so we'll do that later. We'll figure out where we're going to stick that Brave sticker after we...
It's kind of 3D.
It is kind of 3D. That's exactly right. It's sort of like a holographic sticker. All right, enough of our rambling. We'll see you back here on Monday, if not sooner. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and as always, happy collecting.